Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Bonnet and Pillow Talk with me, your host, Miss Fadzo. Today is day 7 of our challenge, y'all. We did it. 1 week done. Today's question of the day is: when and with whom do I feel most accepted and safe? So I broke this question down into 4 questions. And I basically broke it down to: when do I feel most accepted? When do I feel most safe? With whom do I feel most accepted by? And with whom do I feel safest with? So I'll start with question number 1. When do I feel most accepted? This question actually took me in a place where I realized where a lot of my validation comes from, my need for validation comes from. And I realized that I feel most accepted when I'm achieving. There's a little piece of me that's still a little bit of an overachiever. And I think I feel most accepted and I feel most seen when I'm achieving something because it feels like I'm adding value and I have something that I can be proud I'm contributing to the world. And if I'm not doing that, then I don't feel like I'm accepted in a space. So I don't feel like I'm accepted. I should be accepted in a space. So I feel most accepted when I'm achieving, and I need to work on that. So that's something that I realized. I also feel most accepted when I'm creating. I think there's something that I feel like there's something I prove to myself when I'm creating content and when I'm creating things, and that always makes me feel accepted. I feel like people are seeing me and understanding me in a way that I could never even express in words. So I feel most accepted when I'm achieving and when I'm creating. Now I feel most safe. I actually wrote this down because I figured it would be easier if I wrote it down and I explained. So for me, I feel safest when I have people around me that I can talk to, that I trust. Um, and trust goes into, like, I know you're reliable. I know you're somebody who, if I tell you something, you're going to keep it to yourself. I know that if you don't agree with something, you're going to be honest. Like, so I need to trust you as a person, um so to feel safe. I feel like there's a certain level of protection. Like, I need to feel like I'm protected around your space. Like, I'm a big proponent at the moment of protect your space, protect your energy, and I need to feel like the person who's coming into my space is trying to protect and conserve my energy just as much as I'm doing for myself. So that the other thing is I need to feel comfortable in, like, just being around that person. Emotionally, like, when I express something, do they have the emotional intelligence to talk to me and talk through things? And obviously you have different people who do different things, and we'll get there with the whom's. I had a really nice conversation with my friend today, and she was telling me that she tells her friends that the way we communicate is really lovely because we ask each other, before I give you advice, before I tell you something, what do you need from me in this moment? And I realized that that's something that makes our friendship a really safe space for me. And there are things that I can only talk to her about because I know that when I need something in the moment, I can communicate what that need is, and that person is actively trying to find out what my need is and how they can meet that need for me, and I can meet their need, vice versa. Um, Also, mentally, I feel like I need to know that, like, the person I'm talking to, like, is like, were their advice is something that I value, and I think they are. I'm not expecting everybody to be book smart, but I want you to have wisdom that actually helps me if I need help or if I need a solution. Um, yeah, and acceptance. I'm not saying that I need to have a space where everybody is a yes man, but I feel like it's important for me to have a space where I can come as I am, and I can trust that what I'm bringing, good or bad, is going to be accepted at face value, and trust that even with that information in mind, it won't change people's perspective of who I am as a person, and they won't love me any less. They, you know what I mean? So for me, that is I have to have those things, all those things. I have to feel like I can trust you. I need to feel like you're protecting my peace. I need to know that I can feel comfortable around you emotionally. I need to know that we can communicate in emotional ways and you're emotionally intelligent. Verbally, I need to know that we can communicate in a way that we can understand each other. I have some friends who give great advice, but I won't call them about specific things because they don't know how to help me in certain spots. Sometimes I don't need advice. Sometimes I need you to be able to walk me through a step by step of what I should do to fix this problem. And some people just don't know how to communicate that, and you need to be able to know who who is safe in that scenario. And yeah, with whom do I feel most accepted by? This one is another one that got me to really think, and I realized that I feel most accepted by strangers because I think I feel like I can be my full authentic self without the expectations that come from all the other intersections that I hold. I'm the first daughter in an African household. I'm first generation immigrant. I'm living in a foreign country, so I'm living in the diaspora. I'm a black woman here in the Americas. There's so many intersections that I have that I feel like sometimes when I just meet strangers, I feel like I can be more myself because they just look at the whole person, um, rather than little bits of the person. Like instead of being just a daughter when I'm with my parents, I can be, imagine a world where I could be like a daughter and like the artist and the creative and also like the boss. I think sometimes when I'm around my parents, the role of being a daughter overshadows everything else that's happening in my life. So I'm realizing that I think I feel most accepted. That's a little bit sad, but I feel most accepted by strangers, and I think I'm okay with that. Um, if we have problems in the future, I'll come back and we can talk about it. But yeah, I feel like I feel most accepted by strangers. And then lastly, with whom do I feel safest with? Based on the criteria that I gave, I realized that I do feel safest with my family. I do feel safest with my friends, I think sometimes more than my family, because I think my friends really know the full person that I am, um, and love me in a way that I think sometimes with family, it feels like in my mind, I love them mostly because they're my family. We're obviously we get along, we love each other for other reasons, but there's always going to be that part where like for better for worse we're family. But I think there's something really special about chosen families, and I have a really great supportive group of friends. So I really feel safest with my friends and my family and my husband. My husband is like my best friend. He gets me in a way that I have never been gotten by anyone before. And honestly, with God too, Loki, God recently, I think I'm learning to unlearn my religion at the moment, and I'm getting to understand God in a different way. And it's just been kind of exciting to get to know who God is and the place that He holds in my life, and it's exciting to just see who He is and what we're made for. It's exciting. So yeah, I want you to answer that for yourself today. When and with whom do you feel the most accepted and safe with? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what your answers are. Like I said, I divided it into 4 sections just so that I could really go deeper in there and think through. But reflect on it, take some time to really think about it and answer it for yourself today. I have been your host, Miss Fuzzo in the building. And this has been Bonnets and Pillow Talk. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous day. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.